times, and
Alright, no problem, dude.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Alright, so starting off with Hunter, this is my main. So right here, the way the classes work, so you choose your class, and this is the unique abilities assigned to it. We'll get into the general guns and stuff like that, but your 3 and 4 slot and your E slot are completely depending on class. And also, when you go to the forge and look at your legendary weapon, that's what this big square is. So if you look at the hunter, it's a longbow, and what it does is it's 1,000 damage, and you have to pull it back. It's what you just saw me using. It has a fire rate of 2.0 seconds, and the abilities you can choose from, you can choose two, and one is not like exclude dodge roll. So you have four choices. You have blast shot, which I think is the best one. It's an explosive projectile that damages the enemy. It can be used to push people out of hiding, and it's a lot of burst. If you pull back a full shot and then it hit blast shot immediately right after, it's about 800, like 1750 burst damage if you hit both of them. The flare reveals enemies, and also if you like, it's not, you think it would just be stealth enemies, but it's anyone in the area. And if they run into it, it does a small amount of damage of 200, and then it will burn 10 times. So it does 300 damage if they run into it. Then the proximity mine. This is my other favorite if I can't get a good blast shot. A mine that explodes when enemies are near has fall off damage, dealing less damage as the edges of the explosions. So if you look down here, we will see probably the radius. Oh, we don't. Okay. So it's a pretty big radius, and you can do like 200 damage. This is also good for the same thing Blast Shot is good for. Withdraw is by far the best, and I think if you can get a non-common withdraw, like rare or epic, to make it 2 seconds or 3 seconds or even 4, it's definitely the best one. But at common, you'd rather have like a proximity mine at like rank 1 or something like that. So, or even a flare. So withdraw at these ranks you want to keep for sure. And it makes it so you can pull back your string on your bow, and you can hit your withdraw, and it'll keep your pulled out string, so you can actually peek out of cover from invisibility, and you can put your back into a tree, peek with invisibility, and then destroy them. All right, so that covers hunter, and now let's go back. Let's hit assassin. Let's just go down this tier list. Okay, so the assassin's class weapon is a sniper. It has a really, really long reload. I'd say it's about 1.5 seconds. And they have a teleport, which I believe is the best movement skill in the game. It can teleport through windows and up, and it has it can go horizontally and vertically. Sorry, I'm retarded. Blink is what I just explained. Concussion bomb, I think, is the best one. Not for the damage, but for the mobility. You throw it at your feet, and it works like an impulse grenade in Fortnite. So it'll launch you up, or however you throw it, it'll push you at a trajectory. And with Blink at a high rank and a concussion bomb, you have insane mobility. On top of that, every other ability that he has is really good. The sensor drone's good, the smoke bomb's good, and Ghost Walk is amazing. Ghost Walk is a invulnerability, and here is the stat breakdown. I'll let you read that on your own. Smoke bomb is something you throw down, and it'll throw you. It'll make you invisible. So that's really, really good too. And then Sensor Drone is something you throw at a wall, and it works like the Flare from Hunter. It'll show enemies, but not to your team. Same with the Flare from Hunter, it won't show your team. We explained Concussion Bomb. Alright, that's a quick breakthrough of Assassin. Okay, now let's go to Warrior. So Warrior's class ability is a axe that you throw. Hold on, I'm going to mute Discord, just in case he comes back. Is an axe that you throw. It does 800 damage, and you can throw it really fast, and it's the only weapon in the game I think you can leap up into the air and actually be fully accurate with. So that's really, really good as well. I think the Engineer's weapon can do that too. Their Heroic Leap, I think, is also like probably top tier movement ability. It has a very, very insane distance parameter. and it can get down to a low cooldown of 8 seconds. Healing Potion, I think, is really, really good. Heals for 475 when you get to Legendary, and it's better than the Healing Totem from Engineer, I believe, because you can just smash it and keep on going. There's a bug right now that sometimes it doesn't work, but that's whatever. Shielding Potion, also amazing. It shields for 500 damage. Throw it on yourself before you go into building, and you become really, really tanky. Legendary variations give you 12-second cooldowns. Charge is also very good. Does a lot of burst damage. If you leap onto someone, that's something I forgot to actually mention. Heroic Leap does a lot of damage. 600 damage, 375 for common, 600 for legendary. And then the in-between is 450 and 525. So if you think about it, if you have a legendary Heroic Leap, and then you charge, it's already 1,000 damage. If you throw Axe in between that, and animation cancel the Axe with a charge, that's probably the highest burst you can do in the game. So I think an optimal setup for Warrior would probably be Healing Potion Charge or Shielding Potion Charge. Net Shot just sucks. The slow feels like it does nothing, and the damage is pretty worthless. I mean, late game, it's going to do 200 damage, which is pretty much a mosquito bite. It does nothing at all. So you want to choose between your potions and go for charge for sure. Or you can run double pot. This is really, really good if you're running like a support warrior. But if you're, I think in solos, like, I think this is something to experiment with. These three are for sure good. I think Shielding Potion Charge is what I like the best, but it's very hard. You have to actually try and look, try and test out yourself. Alright, now I think Engineer is next. Okay. So they have a grenade launcher, or a plasma launcher, for their legendary weapon, which is where you visit the Forge. I don't know if you know that. I'll get into Forge later. They have by far the worst movement ability in the game, I think. It just shoots you up vertically, but it works well with their grenade launcher, so it just doesn't have any... It's very useless if you're ever in tight quarters or have a roof above you. So I think what you should go with here is probably just a quick breakdown. I think Barricade, Firebomb are really, really good. Or Barricade, Healing Totem. Turret seems a little worthless. It dies in one shot to every single class ability, other than the Mage, probably. Class Legendary, I mean. So the Healing Totem has clutched some games for my partner that plays only Engineer. The Barricade is very, very good. I think the Barricade's a must, and then you can choose between the damage or the utility of Healing Totem. Turret, I mean, like, if you could get a legendary one and someone's retarded, then I guess it'll work. But it seems pretty bad, to be honest. I've never died to one. I've never actually felt like, you know, like that turret really ruined me right there. Doesn't even seem to do a lot of damage. So choose between these three. Pick what you like the best between Firebomb and Healing Totem. And that's that for Engineer. Mage, I absolutely love their movement ability. It's a fly. You can fly with it, and it actually, you can go... The sky is the limit with it. You can go wherever you want. You can go diagonally, upwards, you know. You can do whatever. It's really, really good. The drawback with Mage is their legendary weapon, which is the Stone Spear. The Stone Spear kind of sucks, but if you get close with it, it does really, really good. So you can soar into the face, shoot, fireball, shoot, and that's a lot of burst, but, I mean, it's really unreliable, and you have to get close as a mage, which, I mean, it doesn't seem to fit. It doesn't mesh well. I think it should change or be buffed or something. Like, maybe the spread be tighter or something like that, but this is by far the worst legendary, and that's why it is actually probably ranked the lowest. Alright, then... Fireball's a must. So much damage. So good. It hits people. Like, if they're sitting at a wall and you throw it here, it'll hit them 90% of the time. It's super, super good. Then the Ice Block, I feel like, is not that great. Wall is not that great. Explosive Flask, also not that great. It seems pretty Like I swear, ice block is worthless. I think every time someone's ice blocked in front of me, they died right after. Um, maybe I haven't fought a good mage, but it seems like your entire class is based off this ability here, and if you don't get a legendary fireball from the forge, you're pretty much done. So these two abilities are by far your best. Your movement's super good. Your fireball is super good. You can ice block if you don't have potions behind a corner or something. But being a sitting duck and letting a hunter just wind up in $1,000 damage shot with a blast shot right after, no matter how much this heals, like, you're dead. There's no way. Especially in duos and squads. In duos and squads, you have 3 people sometimes, maybe 2, maybe 1, just waiting for you to come out. You can cancel it, maybe surprise them, soar off, but, I mean, good players won't fall for it at all. It's also breakable. You can break it, so it's not a guaranteed 6-second duration, or 5-second, or 4-second, or 3. So, to be honest, maybe wall's actually the way to go. 9-second duration. I mean, you can just Fortnite people, just build, lol. Maybe fireball wall. But anyways, I think that's the best way I could class breakdown. I think I gave you a good idea of what's good, what's bad about each class, the pros and cons. The mage is just based off this fireball, man. To be honest, it seems like mage is the best way to play, is to just peek out fireball, peek out fireball. That's definitely the best way. It's really, really good. It's 900 damage, which is pretty much a hunter shot for an ability. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Do you want me to go over weapons as well? Pretty much choose rifle and heirloom rifle over everything. Choose which one you prefer. Most people like the heirloom rifle. That's pretty much it. The sword is good too, in the right hands. Sword and heirloom rifle and rifle. That's the tier list for general weapons. And boom, done. Boom. I'm actually gonna put that on